Well, absolutely. Affordability is such a big factor for so many Americans. There's so many Americans that just continue to be held back. They want to enter the housing market, but they can't due to affordability constraints. And I feel like I've been talking about this affordability crisis for a while now. This isn't anything new. It's just something that continues. And unfortunately, I think there were some expectations that maybe this year we were going to see some more buyers enter the market. And we are seeing, buyers enter the market. We're seeing inventory levels pick up. So buyers have more homes to choose from, but there's still so many that are held back by affordability constraints. And then also you add on top of that, there's a lot of economic uncertainty. You have a lot of cautious buyers out there due to just all the transition that's unfolding right now.
So on kind of a broad scale, why are you seeing buyers become more cautious right now?
Well, I would say that buyers are becoming more cautious, of course, due to economic uncertainty. I think that if you're going to be making one of the biggest purchases of your life, you want to make sure that you're in a really solid position with your job. I think there's just a lot of uncertainty about the future. Now, on the flip side, you do see some buyers in volatile times like this, they do really turn to real estate. And I've seen that happen with buyers. They're turning to real estate. They really view it as being an anti-fragile asset. They really view it as being such a hedge against inflation. But these are generally buyers that have large stock portfolios. These are buyers that already have a foot in the housing market. It's those buyers that don't have a foot yet, that want to get into the housing market, those young buyers, those first-time home buyers that are just being held back because they're just uncertain about what's up ahead.
Now, Jenna, I've seen your listings. You're on the luxury end of this market. What are you seeing, just to double click on that buyer sentiment that you're sensing? What are you seeing from even the super luxury end on the buyer spectrum?
Well, I would say that on the luxury end of the spectrum, these are typically, these are your buyers that are your savvy investors. These are the ones that are really viewing real estate as an anti-fragile asset. They're viewing real estate as something to turn to in times like these. Also, they're taking money out of the stock market and they're putting it into real estate. So that is something that I have seen. Also, there are some opportunities right now, and these savvy buyers, they like these opportunities. There's homes that are sitting on the market for a while. They're finding sellers much more willing to negotiate. They're finding some great opportunities out there. So even in the luxury market, they're finding these really great opportunities. So you're still seeing movement in that sector.
So what do you think are the key factors that can get the housing market moving once again?
Well, of course, I think interest rates need to come down lower. I think that interest rates really dictate the housing market. I think there needs to be more economic uncertainty. Of course, I think that would be a big thing to help get the housing market moving. I think people just need to feel confident. They need to feel secure with their jobs. They want to feel secure about what's up ahead. And I think all of that can help get the market moving. Of course, since affordability is such a big factor, we need to see affordability improve. And this is something that's starting to happen in the housing market. Since our inventory levels have picked up, they're up over 30% from where they were last year. What this means is that we see that deceleration on prices. We see more modest price growth. And this is something that's so healthy for the housing market. It's so necessary for the housing market because we really need these wages to be able to keep pace with these prices. So this is a positive thing that's unfolding.
For any potential buyers heading into an open house this weekend, I mean, weather's finally good here in the Northeast. We're feeling like we can get these steps in and start crossing some of these listings off of our lists as well. What are your tips?
Well, of course, know your market. The market's so bifurcated overall in the country. What's happening in one part of the country can be so totally different from what's happening in another. But my advice is, because this is becoming a much more buyer-friendly market, don't be afraid to go after some homes that might be above your price budget, because you can negotiate. Don't be afraid to start that conversation with the seller. I would say also use volatile times like these to your advantage. So you are going to have a lot of buyers that are going to stay on the sideline. They don't want to go forward. Times are too uncertain for them. So use this to your advantage. There's some great opportunities out there and you don't want to miss it. Don't just focus on the rates right now. Focus on the fact that as a buyer, you finally have some power. Things are shifting in your favor.